Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Krysta and today we are going to be doing a 40-minute full body vinyasa flow. So we're going to be moving through the entire body, no props needed. So when you're ready, come join me on the mat. So we'll begin our class today just in a comfortable, easy seat. You can find your Sukhasana with the legs crossed. And just allow your hands to drop on top of your knees or your thighs. Let your eyes close. And then bring your index finger and thumb to touch. And just take a nice deep breath in. Fill up the belly, the ribs, the lungs, the collarbones. And then a nice deep breath out, letting it go. And just take a few deep breaths on your own. Maybe just sighing it out on your exhale. And just beginning to arrive on the mat. Letting yourself be present. Start to notice any thoughts. Without judgment, just take them in. Notice the quality of the thoughts. Maybe if they are rooted somewhere in the past or maybe in the future. And then start to release them, letting them go, giving yourself permission to be here fully and completely. Take a nice deep breath in, fill up everything. Open your mouth and just let it go. Another deep inhale. Big exhale, letting it out. One more. Start to blink open your eyes and then allow your hands to come down in front of you, finding your way onto your hands and knees. And then stacking shoulders over the wrists, knees under the hips. Take an inhale, draw your belly down, lift the heart, lift the gaze, lift the collarbones. And then as you exhale, begin to round through the spine, push the ground away. Inhale, belly drops, heart opens, tailbone presses back. And then exhale again, rounding through the spine. And start to take this into other movements. So you can look over your shoulder. Allow the shoulder and hip to connect a little bit. You can even walk your hands forward slightly and start to circle the body. So really taking whatever movements feel good right now. Sending some synovial fluid through the joints. Make sure that you switch directions. And just opening up. Take one more round, circling wherever you are. Come back to neutral, shoulders over the wrists, and then flip your hands so the fingers are going to turn back towards you. And then from here, just start to gently shift your weight forward and back. So you're shifting the shoulders in front of the wrists and then behind them. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, press it back. And then go ahead and flip the hands back over. We're going to take the fingers toward each other. So the palms are facing up, the thumbs are pointing toward the front of the mat, and the fingers are pointing toward each other. And then inhale, the belly's going to drop, heart opens up, and then exhale, round your spine. So it's going to kind of feel weird. Inhale, drop your belly, lift your chest, and exhale, round it out. And go ahead and take a seat back onto your heels. Just take the hands behind you, interlace your fingers, and then pull your knuckles down. Lift your chest, lift the heart, gaze tips up. And then go ahead and release what you have. Just shake your hands out. So getting rid of any kind of tension, anything that's built up in the wrists. And then go ahead and walk your hands out in front of you. Toes can tuck under, lift the hips, find your first down dog, and start to move around a little bit. So you can pedal your heels, shift the weight through your hips, bicycle the knees. The chest continues to push back toward the thighs. Let your head get really heavy. Shoulders drop away from the ears. You can even pick up your feet and roll your ankles around. And just finding some stillness eventually. The heels can drop down. Take a deep breath in. Big exhale, let it go. Look forward. Take a gentle walk up to the front of your mat. And then find a flat back, so hands at your shins or the floor. And then exhale to fold over. Soften your knees, let your head drop heavy. Inhale, root down through your feet, rise all the way up, palms press up overhead, and hands come down through your heart and down to your sides. Take an inhale, reach it on up, lengthen, look up, and exhale, start to fold over. Inhale, lengthen the spine, find a flat back. Lower your hands, step back, find a plank pose. Keep your core strong. Option here to lower the knees as you shift forward and lower halfway. Inhale, lift your chest open through your collarbones. And exhale, press it on back, downward facing dog. So let your heels drop a little deeper. Just warming up the body through some sun salutations. From here, look forward. You can soften your knees, come onto the balls of your feet. Inhale, shift forward slightly. Exhale, bend the knees deeper. And then go ahead and step it on up. Find a flat back. Exhale to fold in half. Inhale, root down, rise up, palms press. Hands release to the sides. So just keep moving here. Inhale, reach up and lengthen. Exhale, we're folding from the hips. Inhale, find a flat back. Lower the hands, step or float back and lower to chaturanga. Core stays strong. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Lift your chest. Exhale, use your core to press back, downward facing dog. And keep in mind, this is your practice, so if you ever need a child's pose, feel free to take it. You never have to wait for me. Take another deep breath. And go ahead and look forward. Come onto the balls of your feet. Step or float up this time. Find your flat back. Lengthen. Exhale to fold in half. Root down through your feet. Rise on up. Palms press. And hands release to the sides. Inhale, reach up and lengthen. Exhale, fold from your hips. Inhale, find a flat back. Lower your hands, step or float back to chaturanga. Core stays engaged. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. And exhale, press it on back, downward facing dog. Let your heels drop a little bit deeper. Shoulders keep moving down your back. Really ground into your index finger and thumb. Take one more breath. Go ahead and shorten the stance just a little bit. And then this time we're going to try to hop up into a little handstand just to catch some hang time if that's not in your practice, just stepping or hopping forward. So inhale, come to the balls of your feet. Exhale, bend your knees, step or float up. And then come into your halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale to fold. Root down through your feet, rise up, palms press. And hands release to the sides. And this time, inhale, reach up, lengthen, look up, and take a little back bend. Exhale, fold. Inhale, find a flat back. Lower the fingertips down, step the left foot back. Drop your left knee, untuck the toes. Hips can press forward as you sweep your arms high. So reaching your arms all the way up, softening through the shoulders. Take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, go ahead and lower the fingertips down to the inside of your foot. Tuck your back toes under. Lift the back knee. Walk your hands to the long edge of your mat. So feet are pointing to the side. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Stay folded here. Crown of the head is reaching down, shifting the weight forward slightly. And just so the balls of the feet are getting more weight in them. Really stretching through the hamstrings. Take one more breath. And go ahead and come into your flat back again. Walk the hands forward, lengthen. And then this time we're going to take the left toes, turn them to the back of your mat. Go ahead and walk your hands over to frame the back foot. Lower the back knee down, untuck the back toes, sweep your arms all the way up. You might even interlace your fingers, all but your index finger and thumb, reaching through the fingertips. Inhale here. As you exhale, go ahead and lower the fingertips down to frame your foot. Slide your hips back, lengthen that left leg, and then fold over. So working in that half splits. Full steady breath. From here, go ahead and place the weight back down into that foot. Walk your foot wide to the left side. Hands come to the inside. Lizard pose. Tuck your back toes. Reach your chest forward. So lifting through that back knee. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale. We're stepping right back into plank down to chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. And exhale, press it on back, down dog. From here, inhale, left leg lifts all the way up. Go ahead and step it up in between your hands. We're going to keep that back knee lifted and reach up to find a high lunge, facing the back of the mat still. Inhale here. Exhale, hands together in front of your heart. Just spin the back heel down, open warrior two. Big breath here, really pressing through that left knee, opening it up. And then go ahead and straighten that back leg. Turn the left toes to the side. Hands together in front of your heart. Inhale, lift your chest. And exhale, fold. Hands down to the ground. You can keep them at the floor or you can grab hold of your big toes using your yoga toe grip. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, we're folding. Elbows wide, crown of the head drops down. Full steady breath. And go ahead and find a flat back again. Lengthen the spine. Take your hands over to the right foot. So right toes are going to turn to the front of the mat. Pick that back heel up, palms down. And then go ahead and step into side plank. So right foot stacks over the left, hips are high. Reach through the right arm. Inhale here for 3. For 2, keep breathing. And 1, lower the right hand down. Vinyasa is yours. So take it or leave it. Or meeting back in down dog, however you need to get there. Good, take a nice deep breath here. Big exhale. And go ahead and look forward, step or hop up to the front. Find a flat back. Exhale, we're folding. Inhale, arms reach on up, palms press, little back bend, and hands release to the side. So hopefully you're feeling kind of warm. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. Inhale, reach up, open your chest, a little back bend, and exhale, fold. Inhale, find a flat back. Hands down, step the right foot back, drop your knee. Untuck the toes, hip bones press forward, sweep your arms high. Nice deep low lunge, big breath in. And then as you exhale, lower the hands to the inside of your foot. Right toes tuck under. Lift the right knee, walk your hands to the long edge of the mat, fold over. This time hands are going to clasp behind you. Interlace your fingers or just grab opposite hands and fold. Let your head get really heavy. Nice big opening in the chest and in the shoulders. Breathe deep. From here, stay folded. Just release your hands down And then come to a flat back. Lengthen through the spine. Walking the hands over to frame the right toes. Begin to drop the left knee down. Untuck the left toes. Sweep your arms high. Anjaneyasana. Nice deep low lunge. Inhale here. And then as you exhale, lower the fingertips down. Slide your hips back. Half splits. Reach your chin down over toward your shin. You can flex your foot. You can point your toes down. Really enjoy the stretch. One more breath. And then begin to place the weight down into that right foot. Step the right foot open slightly. Hands come to the inside of the foot. Back toe stuck under, lift the back knee. Finding lizard pose. So reaching the chest forward. From here, ground into your palms. Go ahead and step the right foot back for plank, lower chaturanga, and take your vinyasa. So meeting back, downward facing dog. Nice full steady breath. Inhale this time, right leg lifts up behind you. And go ahead and step it up in between your hands. Back knee is going to stay lifted as we reach up for a high lunge. So lower belly pulls in. Start to lengthen the tailbone down. Really reach through your fingers. Take an inhale. Spin your back heel down. Open warrior two. So gazing over the right fingertips. Pressing that right knee open. And then start to straighten that front leg. Turn your toes to the side. We're going to take that shoulder stretch one more time. So drop the hands behind you. Interlace your fingers as you lower the knuckles down. And then fold over. So big stretch in your shoulders. Putting a little bit more weight into the balls of your feet. From here, release your hands, find a flat back, lengthen. And then turn your left toes to point forward. Walk your hands down to frame the front foot. Drop the back knee, untuck the toes. Last time, Anjaneyasana. Big, deep, low lunge, inhale. Exhale, palms come down, step back into side plank, Vashisthasana. So left foot stacks over the right. Lift your hips, reach that the left arm high. Breathe here for 3. For 2, and 1, lower the hand, lower chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing or cobra, and exhale, press it on back, downward facing dog. Steady breath in and steady breath out. From here, we're going to look forward and then step or hop those feet to the outside of the hands, finding Malasana, yogi squat. Go ahead and step or hop it up. Hands together in front of your heart. Lift your chest. Roll your heart open. Get deep in your hips. And then begin to work your right hand down over to the right side. Get your shoulder as low as it will go in front of that right knee. And then extend the left arm high. You can stay exactly where you are. If you want to take it deeper in your shoulders, drop the left hand behind the low back. You can even take that right hand around the back of your right thigh and clasp your hands. But if that doesn't work for you, just come back up, reaching through the fingers. Take one more breath. And then hands meet together in front of your heart. And then same thing on the other side. So left hand stretches down. Get that shoulder nice and low, extending the right arm high. You can stay here or drop that right hand behind you. Left hand can sneak around and grab hold for your bind. Take a big breath. And then lowering the hands down at the heart one more time. Inhale here. Exhale, palms find the ground, coming right into crow pose. So feet together, knees nice and high on top of those triceps. Get one foot up, then the other foot. Try to get your toes and then your heels to touch. Pull your lower belly up and in. Breathe here for 3. For 2, look forward. One, step or float back, lower chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra, and exhale, downward facing dog. Find your breath. Take an inhale, roll into plank pose. And then as you exhale, really slowly keep the core strong as you lower all the way to the belly. When you get there, just untuck your toes. You can make a little pillow for your forehead with the backs of your hands and just find some rest. So we'll take a few rounds of our belly down back bend, starting with our full locust pose. You're just going to stretch out your legs nice and long, point your toes, take your hands down next to your hips. Palms can be up or down. Either way, zip up your legs, press your hips into the floor, chin or forehead is down, and then root down through your hips and lift up everything. So start with the neck and the shoulders, the upper chest and the body, and then reach through your fingers and then your toes. So everything is lifting, opening up. Breathe here for 5. For 4, steady breath. For 3, keep breathing. For 2. And 1, lower back down. Maybe you set your forehead on top of the backs of your hands again. You can wiggle your hips out left and right. And just check in. If that was deep enough, you're going to do that one more time. If you want to go deeper, you're going to bend your knees, finding Dhanurasana bow pulling pose. You can grab hold of the tops of your feet and then take your knees toward each other. From here, press your feet into your hands and then try to lift the thighs off the ground. So breathing here nice and deep for 5. 4, keep lifting for 3. 2, and 1, lower back down. Let your forehead come to the back of your hands. Wiggle your hips out side to side. You can bend the knees, swish your feet. And then eventually hands come underneath your shoulders and just sink your hips back. Find a child's pose. From here, go ahead and tuck your toes under as you shift forward and then back into downward facing dog. Take an inhale, stretch your right leg up behind you, and then exhale, shift it through, land in your half pigeon pose. So Ekapada Raja Kapotasana. So back leg is long, that front knee is bent. Inhale, come up onto your fingers, open your chest, and then as you exhale, lower down. So noticing in this posture where you're gripping, where there's some unnecessary tension, where you feel as if that gripping is maybe protecting yourself, and what would happen if you released it. Just checking in, seeing if you can let go even deeper. Noticing what comes up for you, what kind of emotions, what kind of feelings, and just staying present. So you're welcome to stay right here, but if you want to go deeper, you're going to come up onto the fingers, lift your chest, and then you can bend your left knee and grab hold of your foot or even the shin and then draw it a little bit closer towards you. So really getting into the quad and the hip flexor area. Keep lifting through your chest. Full, steady breath. From here, release that foot behind you. So whether you had that foot come up or kept it down, everybody go ahead and lift your chest. You're going to swing that left leg all the way around so it's on the outside of the right thigh. And then left hand comes behind you. Inhale the right arm high. Take your twist over toward the left side. So inhale, lengthen. And then exhale, deepen. Looking back over the left shoulder. And go ahead and untwist. Walk your fingertips over to the right side. Take a little counter twist. Take a bow. And then come on up. So from here, if that right foot is off your mat, just walk it back on it. We're going to do something a little funky here. We're going to come into our standing split. So we're going to start to shift forward. Try not to use your hands on the ground. So just reach your arms forward, shift forward, and then place the palms down. And then you're going to extend the right leg all the way up behind you for your standing split. So you can stay right here, or you can work into a little bit more of a balance with one or both hands around the back of the calf or the ankle. Or if you want to play with some handstand hops, now's a great time. So palms come down, trying to pull in the belly, trying to round the shoulders just slightly, and then shifting the weight forward, maybe catching some hang time, maybe not. So give it a try for just a few more breaths. And then we'll slowly go ahead and sit back down into that twist. So you're going to bend the right knee, place it on the left side of the foot. One more twist. So drop the left hand, inhale the right arm, and then twist to the left side. And go ahead and come back to center. We're going to swing that left leg all the way behind. And then just tuck the left toes under, sweep the right leg high, and just kind of roll it around. Place the foot down, inhale, left leg lifts, and then exhale, shift it through, landing in your half pigeon. So come on up to your fingertips, lift your chest, open up, and then exhale, lower yourself down. Keep in mind if you need props here, you can always use a block or a blanket underneath your hip just to find some evenness through your hips. And then we'll slowly start to lift back up to go deeper, bending the right knee, catching the foot, and drawing the foot in. So just enjoying that stretch through the quad, through the hip flexor. And then starting to release that foot. We're going to rock the weight onto the left hip. Right leg spins around. So place the foot to the outside of the thigh. Right hand's behind you. Left arm high. Take your twist over to the right. Inhale, lengthen the spine even more. And exhale, deepen your twist even more. Untwist, walk your hands to the left side, little counter twist, take a bow. Come back up, and then planting that right foot down, we're just going to reach the arms forward, trying to get off of the butt just using the hands, or just using the core really, not taking the hands to the ground until we're lifted, and then hands come down, unwinding the legs, extending the left leg up for standing split. And you can stay right here, one hand, both hands around the back of the calf or ankle, or try for those handstand hops. So just breathe. A few more breaths. And then eventually we'll slowly start to bend the left knee, take the knee all the way down, finding that twist again. Right hand's behind you, left arm high, twist to the right side. Let your head come back to center. Swing that right leg behind you. Hands come down. Tuck your right toes under. Extend the left leg. Roll it around. And then come into downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Big exhale. And just come down to the knees. Swing your legs all the way out in front of you. Extend the right leg long, left foot comes into your inner thigh. Hip bones can square forward. Inhale, the arms lift. And then exhale, we're folding over that right leg. So don't worry too much about where your hands are. We'll focus more about getting your belly down over the thigh. And then we'll slowly start to lift back up. Nothing fancy here, just switch legs. So left leg long, right foot comes in, hip bones can square. Inhale, the arms high, and exhale, fold over the leg. Full steady breath. And then we'll slowly start to lift back up. And then finding one round of our Baddha Konasana, bound ankle, feet together. Thumbs at the balls of your feet to open them. Reach your chest open. Elbows draw back as you fold forward. And then we'll slowly start to lift back up. Go ahead and just take the soles of your feet down, hands behind you, windshield wiper your knees, left and right. And then lower yourself all the way down onto your back and give your knees a nice hug. Rock side to side. Find a happy baby. Hands come around your feet, knees wide. Bending the knees, open up. And then from here, hug them in one more time. And just set your knees to the right. Let your arms open wide. Gaze can drop to the left if that feels good. Just enjoying the twist of the spine. And let your knees come back to center. And they're going to fall to the left side. Gaze and arm fall to the right. Knees come back to center. Give them another big hug. Squeeze it in. Maybe lift your forehead up to come close to the knees. And then feet are going to come down to the floor. So 2 options here. We're going to do a little bit of breath work, some pranayama. So you can either take your feet really wide and knock the knees together, or feet together and knees apart. So whichever version of that feels better for you. And then one hand's going to rest over your heart and the other on top of your belly. So keep your eyes closed here. Just take a moment to notice the rise and fall of your breath. Begin to exhale all of the air out of the lungs, out of the belly. And then take a slow inhale through your nose for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause at the top, hold it. And then exhale through your nose for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause at the bottom. Slow inhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Slow controlled exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. One more. Inhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Full exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. And then do a round on your own. Start to return back to your normal breath. Release your hands to your sides, extend your legs long, and just dropping into Shavasana. Quiet mind, quiet body. So feel free to stay in your Shavasana as long as you'd like. And if you're ready to come out, start to wiggle the fingers and your toes. You can roll the wrists and the ankles. Eventually, just take a big stretch, lengthen the spine. And then roll over to your side. Just cradling your knees into your chest for a moment. And then pressing yourself all the way up. And just finding a comfortable and easy seat. Close your eyes and just check in. Noticing the state of your body, the state of your mind. Checking in and noticing any shifts or changes, maybe mental, maybe physical or emotional, from when you first stepped onto your mat. And begin to thank yourself for choosing to practice. Allow your hands to come together in front of your heart. And thank you all so much for sharing your own practice with me today. The light in me bows to the light in you. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me in class today. I hope you enjoyed this class. If you did, please make sure to press that like button and subscribe to my channel so you'll always get notified when I release new videos, because I do post new videos every single week. So I hope to see you on the mat soon, and have a wonderful day.